I didn't actually ask you how you are. How are you?
Well, I have, been pretty good because I have how do I say this? I think being a West Tigers fan has helped me understand the true nature of suffering. And because I have, reached this point in life where I do understand the true nature of suffering, I'm really quite good at dealing with suffering. And not only am I good at dealing with suffering, I'm also really good at avoiding it and taking situations that would ordinarily cause suffering and not allowing them to cause me suffering. And so, because of that, I'm doing just fine. Honestly, I'm totally fine. I've got my new Redcliffe Dolphins membership card in the mail. I've already put my same game multi on for the upcoming fixture for the Dolphins. So I was going to have a conversation with you before we went to air about this, actually, because it's probably a lot to dump on you live on the telecast here. But unfortunately, I had a really busy day, so I didn't get a chance to do so. I was thinking about potentially whether we could co-brand this podcast West Tigers and Redcliffe Dolphins Faithful moving forward.
Unfortunately, I have been struck with the West Tigers branding iron, but can you please humour me and our listeners as to what the cause of all suffering is?
Attachment.
Expand.
Attachment is the root cause of all suffering. This is actually not, revolutionary, pioneering information either. This is actually one of the core philosophies in Buddhism and Taoism, attachment being the cause of all suffering. Because when you don't have attachment to things, whether that's another person, whether that's a material possession, or in our case, a lunatic fascination with a brand with only attachment being that they represent a certain geographical location that you may or may not, even in my case, have any kind of connection to. Attachment. Without it, no suffering. Attachment to your past, attachment to your future, attachment to your family, attachment to your phone, attachment to the idea of what you want to be, attachment to this future that may not ever come where Benji Marshall coaches the West Tigers to the finals. Take away the attachment and you take away the suffering. And the question you must ask yourself is, how do you take away the attachment? Well, you just go, what is it that I'm attached to that brings me suffering? And you just kill it. You just kill it.
Well, you don't necessarily have to. You just have to turn it off after minute 55.
Surely there are fans out there who, after having had 6 straight losses, didn't really internalize any kind of negative emotions as a result of it. Right. And I bet you that none of them are watching this right now. And probably very few of them are listening back to this podcast, are they? Because what makes us fans is the attachment. And the attachment causes the suffering. And the fans that are truly attached exhibit certain behaviors, such as listening to every piece of media that the West Tigers fandom could possibly create. And what kind of over-attached fans would listen to 2 fuckwits like us yammer on about the West Tigers? Only the truly attached. So what I'm saying is, if you don't want to feel pain, stop listening to the West Tigers Faithful podcast, baby. Because the West Tigers Faithful podcast is all about delivering you suffering straight to your ears once a week on the subject of the West Tigers. The thing that contributes the most to suffering and the most to attachment is actually a positive thing. You want to know what that is?
Loyalty.
Not quite, but that's a pretty good answer. The answer is hope. The answer is hope. Speaking of which, he's back, Tristan Hope. Number 9. Tristan Hope's back this week. Good on him for getting selected. Tristan Hope.
All right.
Can I put something to you, Jared?
Hit me.
Bryce in the chat just said faithful. Too bloody faithful. That's the problem. Maybe what we need to do, maybe our calling, Jared, is to help our friends that like our podcast and like listening to us talk, understand how to be interested in the West Tigers without letting it damage your soul, right? And maybe the first step is a rebrand. Maybe Bryce has a point. Maybe we should rebrand our podcast to like the West Tigers Interested or the West Tigers Curious. What do you think?
You seem team bi-curious with the way that you're carrying on about the Redcliffe Dolphins.
Yeah, I am bi-curious.
We're only strangers.